Good afternoon, student. Hope you all are happy and fine right now. Now we are going to cover a new topic, that is male reproductive system of human being. So first of all, we should know what are the different parts of male reproductive system. The name is given over here very clearly, numberized or number wise, that is a pair of testes. First of all, a pair of testes, scrotum, a pair of sperm duct, urethra, penis, three different glands, that is prostate glands, seminal vesicles and Cowper's glands, and after all epididymis. I'd like to show you all the important topic. First of all, a pair of testes. See in the figure. It is the male reproductive system. In this male reproductive system, two systems has been included. First is the excretory system and second is the male reproductive system. In the male reproductive system, what do you see over here? Just see it clearly. All the name that has been told by me just before a minute, it has been written over here. See, this is a bag-like structure in which two testes are present. So a pair of testes, it is a scrotum. So testes, what is the spelling of testes? Point to be noted. If there is a one single testis, then spelling will be TIS, TES. But in case of double, means a pair of testes, it will be written as TES. Remember, okay? So don't be confused. After that, from this testes you can see there is a knot-like structure over here. This knot-like structure is called epididymis. Here the sperm stay for 7 days for maturation. I will explain all the topic. After that, you can see from testes there is a duct-like structure comes out. This duct is called sperm duct. This duct is called sperm duct. Remember this, okay? Yeah, it is written over here. See, sperm duct. Next comes the sperm duct goes behind the urinary bladder. There is a urinary bladder in which urine is collected. Just behind the urinary bladder, it opens directly into the urethra. So in that case, you can see from sperm duct directly opens into this pipe or this duct is called sperm duct. So directly it opens into the sperm duct. But here three different glands are meeting together and directly open into the sperm duct. So what are the name of three glands? Just see over here. What are the names of three glands? First is seminal vesicles. Yeah, it is written over here. Just wait. See, first name is seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle opens. See the figure clearly. Second, the gland that opens into the sperm duct is prostate gland. And third, the gland that enter into it is Cowper's gland. So three glands open directly into the sperm duct, and after that the sperm duct is called urethra. When the duct comes out of the Cowper's gland, it directly open from the penis. So this duct or this pipe-like structure is called urethra, and the urethra present in the penis. So penis is the external structure that can be seen in the male reproductive system. Other structure are remain hidden. Understood? So what have we studied? We studied about a pair of testes. Scrotum means the bag in which testes is present. The bag which present outside the abdominal cavity, means outside the abdomen, which hold the two testes. So this bag is called scrotum. After that, a pair of sperm duct, means the duct that comes out of the testes, is called sperm duct. The another and biological name of sperm duct is vas deferens. Now the urethra, when this duct together open into the penis, it is called urethra. Penis is the muscular organ that can be seen in the male reproductive system, by which you pass urine, and the three different glands, that is prostate gland, seminal vesicles and Cowper's gland. Remember, seminal vesicle is the number 1, then number 2 is prostate gland, and number 3 is Cowper's gland. Remember, it's okay. In the method of arrangement, first will be the seminal vesicle, second will be the prostate gland, and third will be the Cowper's gland. And one topic that I have left, I remembered and then written over here, that is epididymis. It is a knot-like structure. Knot, K-N-O-T, knot means gaunth. Knot-like structure that present on the testes, like this. This structure. Here the sperm. I will explain all the topic. Okay, let's have a watch about different topics. I have given the figure. It is the cartoon. Now the actual figure is given over here. It is the side structure of testes. You can see there is a testes. Just above the testes you can see there is a epididymis, which is very clearly seen over here. And from epididymis the pipe is coming out. This pipe, yellow colored pipe, that is going behind the urinary bladder. It is the urinary bladder. Okay, so going behind the urinary bladder, this pipe is called sperm duct or vas deferens. The name of this pipe is called, or duct is called, sperm duct or vas deferens. It entering through behind the urinary bladder, and here in this sperm duct, the two sperm duct combined together, and in which seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland together enter into. So you can see three glands enter into it. Understood? Now the after that, when it directly open into the penis, it is named as here you can see it is named as urethra. So it is the actual and very clear cut picture of male reproductive system, and it is the picture of a TS section of transverse section of, sorry, not transverse section, this is the longitudinal section of testes. Understood? So let's study each and every topic in detail. So testes it is a pair of there is a pair of testes present in outside the abdominal cavity. Abdomen means this one. This is the chest. After that there is the abdomen, and outside the abdomen there is a bag-like structure. In that bag-like structure the two testes present, and the bag-like structure is called scrotum. Understood? So there is a pair of testes present in outside the abdominal cavity in a muscular bag, that is called scrotum. Hope you understood this thing. Now if I want to show you, this is the scrotum in which the testis is present. Now let's see the structure of testes over here. You can see there is a testis, and inside the testis there is so many compartments. The purple colored compartment is very clearly seen over here. It is about 200 to 250 compartments are there in a one testis. In one testis there is a 200 to 250 compartments present together. Understood? And in each one compartment you can see there is a pipe like structure, green color pipe like structure. Are you seeing it? This green color pipe like structure is called seminal vesicles. What is seminiferous tubule. It is called seminiferous tubule. Yeah, seminiferous tubule. This is the seminiferous tubule where sperm formation take place. So where does sperm forms? In the seminiferous tubule of testes. Okay, now you can see these seminiferous tubules are directly open into this green region. This green region is called rete testis. It is called rete testis. Rete testis. Understood? So in this rete testis, from this rete testis you can see there is so many small finger like pipes, or you can say ducts, comes out and make a knot like structure. See, make a knot like structure. So these ducts are called this efferent duct. These green color ducts are called efferent ducts, and this knot like this muscular the coil of the tubes are called epididymis. The coil of the tube is called epididymis. Understood? So when the sperms form, it goes to rete testis. From rete testis it goes to epididymis, and in epididymis it remain there for 7 to 15 days, and it is the site, means epididymis is the site, means epididymis is the place where sperm rest as well as prepare itself and mature for further action. Have you understood? So now you can see these ducts, so many small tube like structure coiled together and make a single pipe, or you can say make a single duct, and this single duct is called sperm duct or vas differentia. Here efferent duct is called vas efferentia, and this duct, sperm duct, is called vas differentia. You need to draw the figure. It is very important, and you have to mention all the name. Once again I am repeating all the important thing that is present in the testes. First, there is a testis inside the bag like structure. This bag like structure is called scrotum. Scrotum has done over here. Inside the testis you can see there is a lots of compartment. So how many compartments are there? There are 200 to 250 compartments in each testis is present. Now what is present in the testis? In each compartment there are 1, 2 or sometimes 3 coiled structure of seminiferous tubule. It is a pipe like structure. Coiled structure of seminiferous tubule present in it, and it is the seminiferous tubule in which sperms form. Hope you understood these things. Now the seminiferous tubule open into this green structure. Actually it is not in green. It is the joint structure where the all seminiferous tubule open. This structure is called rete testis. From rete testis you can see there are so many small ducts comes out and enter into the coil of so many ducts. So the duct which comes out of the rete testis is called vas efferentia or efferent duct. Efferent duct and vas efferentia are the same thing. Okay, now it enter into the coil of tubes. These coil of tubes are called epididymis. Here the sperm is stored for some days, rest here and prepare itself for fertilization and become mature over here. Okay, now this coil join together to form a single duct. This duct is called sperm duct, or you can say sperm duct is also called vas differentia or difference. Hope you understand the whole topic very clearly. Now I am going to study all the line present over here. Okay, let's study. There are about 200 to 250 compartment in each testes. In each testes, it is a spelling mistake over here, guys. In each testes, each compartment contain 1, 2 and 3 seminiferous tubule, either 1 or 2 or 3. The seminiferous tubule have, this is a tubule, I cut the tubule like this, okay, have germinal epithelium. Once again, the germinal epithelium of seminiferous tubule means the epithelium of seminiferous tubule, the first layer of epithelium tissue, produce sperm. So germinal epithelium of seminiferous tubule produce sperm. The seminiferous tubule are supported by packing tissue. Means suppose there is a seminiferous tubule, so at the middle of the 2 or 3 seminiferous tubule there is a packing tissue which join all the seminiferous tubule. So this packing tissue contain certain cells or tissues called interstitial tissues. Interstitial tissue which contain Leydig cells. So between the 2 or 3 or 4 seminiferous tubule, it is a seminiferous tubule, it is a seminiferous tubule, it is a seminiferous tubule, there must be some tissue which make join them together. These tissues are called interstitial tissue, and this interstitial tissue contain some specialized cell, and these cells are called Leydig cells, and these cells produce a very important hormone. See, the seminiferous tubules are supported by packing tissue called interstitial cell tissue which contain Leydig cells. The Leydig cells secrete male reproductive hormone, and these male reproductive hormones are also called testosterone. Very important. This testosterone help in production of sperm. Testosterone helps in the production of sperm and also help to produce the secondary sexual character in male. So all those characters that are produced as secondary sexual character in the male is produced by hormone called testosterone. Now Sertoli cells present in the seminiferous tubule. This is the seminiferous tubule. There is a germinal layers. In between the germinal layers, somewhere here and there is specialized tissue, or you can say cells. These cells are called Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells present inside the seminiferous tubule, and it provide nourishment to the spermatozoa. Means suppose it is a seminiferous tubule and it is the first layer of seminiferous tubule that is called germinal epithelium, and germinal epithelium are dividing and redividing to produce a lots of what? Germs, or you can say lots of sperms. So when the sperms produced from the germinal epithelium, they need nourishment, or you can say food. In that case, there are some cells that present in the seminiferous tubule which provide the nourishment to the sperms. Are you understanding? So these cells are called Sertoli cells. So Sertoli cells provide nourishment to the newly born sperms. So the newly born sperms are called spermatozoa. Remember this. It is the very newly born sperms. Hope you understood the things. Now we are going to understand the function of scrotum. Scrotum is a bag-like structure. You know it well. It present outside the abdominal cavity. That's why it holds the two testes. Understood? Next, the scrotum maintain the suitable temperature. Yeah, this is a very important thing. What is the importance of scrotum? Scrotum present outside the body. The body's temperature is set 37 degrees centigrade. 37 degrees Celsius. But this temperature is not suitable for maturation of sperm. Maturation of sperm needs 2 to 3 degree less temperature from body temperature. That is, it needs 34 to 35 degrees centigrade, or you can say Celsius temperature for maturation. So scrotum maintain the scrotum as present outside the body. They do not allow the body heat to go into the testes. So the scrotum maintain the suitable temperature below 2 to 3 degrees centigrade of body temperature, which help the maturation of sperm. Understood? So it keep the testes far away from the body, so that the body temperature will not reach to the testes and the sperm can easily mature over there. Understood? So in summer season, how does this scrotum act? The scrotum become long and maintain the distance from the body and release the heat and release the lots of heat from the body, so that the heat cannot reach to the testes and it cannot harm the newly born sperms. Then how does it control in winter? In winter season, it sorts, means it remain attached with the body, with the abdomen. Why? Because in winter the body temperature obviously 37 degrees centigrade, but outside it is very less temperature. So to get the proper temperature and maintaining proper temperature, it remain attached to the body and so that it becomes shorter, it becomes small and attached with the body, and take the body heat and maintain the temperature between 34 to 35. Understood? It remain maintaining the same way of temperature, but by the movement of its muscles is maintain it. Understood? So it is written over here. See, while in winter it sort and adhere means stick with the body to absorb the necessary heat. Hope you understood these things. Now we are going to study about the epididymis. Although I have explained it, you can see the figure of epididymis. This is the structure of epididymis. Yeah, it is a coil of so many tube like structure together. So let's study about it. Epididymis is a coiled network of duct means pipe, present above the testes. Yeah, it covered the testes just from above like this, and the sperm produced the seminiferous tubule is collected into the epididymis. So where the sperm is get collected, it is collected in the in the epididymis. There it remain here for week for maturation. How long it remain here? The sperm remain here for 1 week, so that it can mature and be active. So let's talk about sperm duct. The seminiferous tubule, the epididymis coil together to convert into a sperm duct, means the duct which carry the sperms. So it is a duct come out from epididymis which carry the sperm from testis to urethra. Now we are going to talk about the different reproductive glands. It is very important. So there are 3 different reproductive glands. First is prostate gland. It present under the urinary bladder, means this is the urinary bladder, just behind the urinary bladder it present. Okay, it secretes. What is the function? It remain attached with the sperm duct, okay, and secretes alkaline secretion. Now what is alkali? Alkali is a kind of chemical just opposite to acid. It is known to you the pH of alkali is more than 7. But in case of female vagina, the female vagina is acidic in nature. So in that case, when the sperm will released into the female vagina, the sperm will die because it is acidic in nature. So to neutralize the acidity of the vagina, prostate gland release alkaline secretion. Understood? So with so many sperms, you can see there is a fluid like structure. So this fluid contain the secretion of prostate gland, seminal vesicles, and Cowper's gland. So three different secretion of three different glands means watery secretion present with the sperms. Suppose these are the sperms and these are the chemical substances, or these are the secretion that are secreted from three different glands, that is prostate gland, seminal vesicles, and Cowper's glands. So the nature of the secretion of prostate gland is alkaline in nature, and this alkaline solution, or you can say this alkaline substance, neutralize the acidity of vagina of the female reproductive system and thereby protect the sperm to die. Understood? Now this is the most important gland, that is called seminal vesicles. It secretes about 60% of fluid which added into the semen. I will explain what is the importance of, what is the meaning of semen, and how semen is different from sperms. Okay, so seminal vesicle, it is located above the prostate. Yeah, it is the first gland, reproductive gland of the male. Its secretions provide nourishment to the sperm. It contains some food materials for the sperms. It acts as a medium for transport. It is a watery solution which help in the movement of the sperms. Sperms are just like a fish, and without water fish cannot move, no? In the same manner, it provides the medium, means water like fluid, which help in the movement of the sperms. Understood? And now the third is Cowper's gland. It helps, it is also called bulbourethral gland. Sorry, the marking is wrong over here. The third number is Cowper's gland. The third gland is Cowper gland. It is also called bulbourethral gland. It present at the superior of the urethra, means at the top of the urethra. And so what is the function of bulbourethral gland or Cowper gland? It secretes lubricant. Lubricant means it do not allow sticking the sperm inside the penis, inside the duct of the penis. Otherwise it will stop the urination or maturation or susu. Understood? So urine cannot get stopped. The lubricant secreted by Cowper's gland, so that urine can easily pass, and also the sperm. Hope you understood the thing. Now comes the sixth number topic, that is urethra. It is a duct present inside the penis. It helps in the maturation, not maturation, it will be micturition. Spelling mistake over here. Micturition. Micturition means passing urine. I have already explained this term, no? Micturition of urine, and also liberating semen. Semen, S-E-M-E-N, semen. So it helps in the micturition and passing semen at the time of intercourse. Understood? Means sexual relationship. Next, penis. Penis is the muscular organ which is inserted in the vagina to release semen. So it is the end of today's class, and we have some questions also. What is where is sperm form? State the function of scrotum. Name the male reproductive glands and its function. Define semen and draw a neat level diagram of sperm. Although I have not drawn the sperm's figure over here, but you have to draw because it is important. I will show you the figure in the next class, but I think the figure is given in the book. If not given, you can take the diagram from anywhere. Okay, but it is important, remember that. Thank you for today's class. Remember to complete all the homework on time and send it to me. Bye.